The date was May 21st, 2022. It was 1:25 a.m. when the security camera at Amarillo Zoo captured something that would haunt the internet forever. The grainy image shows a tall, dark figure standing motionless outside the zoo's perimeter fence. Its proportions are wrong, too tall, too thin, with what appears to be an unusual head shape. Zoo officials were baffled. No alarms had been triggered. No animals were missing. Yet there it stood, captured by the zoo security system in a single still image that would spark worldwide debate. City officials dubbed it UAO, Unidentified Amarillo Object, and asked the public for help identifying the mysterious figure. Some claimed it was a skinwalker, a creature from Navajo folklore capable of shapeshifting. Others suggested it might be a large coyote walking on its hind legs, or even a person wearing an unusual hat who took a walk that night. A Reddit thread in r/NoSleep gained over 50,000 upvotes, with users sharing their theories. One zookeeper claimed to have experienced strange occurrences for weeks before the photo was taken. Animals acting restless, unexplained sounds echoing through the empty zoo at night, and a persistent feeling of being watched. Experts tried to provide rational explanations. Wildlife biologists suggested it was simply a deer with severe mange photographed at an odd angle. Others claimed it was a hoax, possibly someone in a costume, but the zoo's management stood by their story. Security footage from that night showed no human activity anywhere on the property. The most chilling detail? Enhanced versions of the image revealed what appeared to be additional figures in the background, barely visible in the shadows. Were they more of the same creatures? Or just tricks of light and shadow playing with our fears? To this day, the Amarillo Zoo creature remains unexplained. The original photo has been analyzed by countless experts, shared millions of times, and spawned dozens of copycat hoaxes. But none have captured that same bone-deep unease of the original, a reminder that some things lurking in the darkness might be better left unknown. Alaska's wilderness holds secrets that most will never see. In November 2016, a Bureau of Land Management employee was conducting routine work along the Chena River when he witnessed something that defied explanation. What he captured on video would become known as the Chena River Ice Monster. The footage shows a strange, undulating, icy shape appearing to move through the water with purpose. It wasn't drifting like the normal ice chunks. This formation seemed to be swimming, creating ripples and waves as it progressed downstream. The shape was massive, easily the size of a small building, yet it moved with fluid grace through the frigid waters. The BLM insisted the footage was completely unedited, though they added dramatic music and a camcorder overlay for the public release. The original raw video showed the mysterious ice formation moving against the current, something that physics experts struggled to explain. The video went viral overnight. Reddit communities dedicated to cryptids and unexplained phenomena dissected every frame. Some users claimed they could make out a massive creature trapped within the ice, its form visible through the translucent frozen exterior. Others insisted it was nothing more than an unusual ice jam caused by river currents and temperature fluctuations. Local Inuit elders weren't surprised by the sighting. They spoke of ancient legends about ice spirits, beings that dwelled in Alaska's frozen rivers, neither alive nor dead, forever trapped between worlds. These spirits, they said, would sometimes manifest as moving ice formations, traveling the waterways during the darkest months of winter. The BLM office that released the video initially treated it as an interesting natural phenomenon. But when pressed by reporters, they admitted that several employees had reported strange occurrences along the Chena River in the weeks following the sighting. Equipment would malfunction without explanation, Temperatures would drop suddenly in localized areas, and some workers reported hearing what sounded like whale songs echoing from beneath the ice. Most disturbing were the reports from local fishermen. Several claimed that in the days after the video was taken, they found dead fish frozen solid in the river. Not from cold temperatures, but appearing to have been flash frozen while swimming. The fish were perfectly preserved. The Chena River ice monster remains unexplained. Whatever was captured that November day continues to challenge our understanding of what's possible in Alaska's frozen wilderness. October 30th, 2012. A group of friends decided to go camping in the beautiful wilderness of Provo Canyon, Utah, near Squaw Peak and Little Rock Canyon Overlook. What started as a peaceful outdoor adventure would become one of the most debated Bigfoot videos in internet history. The campers initially spotted some deer up on a hill and wanted to get a closer look. As they made their way up the slope, they thought they saw what appeared to be a bear among the trees. The dark shape was crouched low, appearing to forage or search for food among the brush. Nothing seemed unusual about the sighting. Black bears are common in Utah's mountainous regions. Then something extraordinary happened. The creature suddenly stood up and looked right at them, revealing a massive, hair-covered humanoid figure with long arms hanging at its sides.
Yeah, we probably should be too close to it, huh? How cool though. Let's go.
The moment the creature stood up, the people recording immediately turned and ran, their panicked voices audible on the recording. The camera shook violently as they fled, cutting the encounter short and leaving viewers with only those crucial seconds of footage to analyze. The video was uploaded to YouTube on October 30th by a user called BeardCard. Within days, it had caught the attention of news outlets worldwide, with coverage from Fox 13, ABC News, and local Utah stations. Expert analysis was mixed but intriguing. One analyst concluded, "It's real. This is a huge piece of evidence supporting the existence of Bigfoot. I'm impressed. The creature's proportions, gait, and the way it seamlessly transitioned from quadrupedal to bipedal movement impressed many in the cryptozoology community." Skeptics offered alternative explanations. Some suggested it was simply a bear rearing up on its hind legs, a common behavior when bears feel threatened or are trying to get a better view. The blog Bigfoot Evidence called it one of the better ones they have seen, and sent it to professional video analysts for further examination. The footage's quality, lighting conditions, and the witness's genuine fear response added credibility to the encounter. What makes this sighting particularly compelling is the witnesses' reaction. Their immediate panic and decision to flee rather than continue filming suggests a genuine encounter with something they perceived as dangerous and unknown. The Provo Canyon Bigfoot remains one of the most discussed cryptid videos online, representing that tantalizing moment when the ordinary becomes extraordinary and we're left questioning what really lurks in America's wilderness. July 12, 2008, Montauk Point, Long Island. Jenna Hewitt and 3 friends were walking along Ditch Plains Beach when they discovered something that would spark one of the most debated cryptid mysteries of the 21st century. Washed up on the sand was a creature unlike anything they had ever seen. A bloated, hairless carcass with a beak-like snout, strange claws, and skin that seemed almost leathery. Hewitt took several photographs before the group decided to leave the disturbing find behind. The images quickly spread across the internet after being published in the East Hampton Independent on July 23rd, and within days, the Montauk Monster had become a global phenomenon. News outlets from CNN to the BBC picked up the story, while cryptozoologists and conspiracy theorists offered increasingly wild explanations. The creature's appearance defied easy categorization. It was roughly the size of a large dog, but its anatomy was wrong. The skull was elongated and hairless, with what appeared to be a hooked beak where a nose should be. Its front legs ended in long, webbed claws that looked almost human-like. Most disturbing were its eyes, or rather, the dark, empty sockets where eyes should have been. Within days of the photos going public, the carcass mysteriously vanished from the beach. Some claimed it had been washed back out to sea by high tide, but witnesses reported seeing unmarked vehicles in the area around the time it disappeared. This only fueled more conspiracy theories about government cover-ups and secret experiments. Marine biologists offered more mundane explanations. Wildlife biologist Jeff Corwin and paleontologist Darren Naish both identified it as likely being a decomposing raccoon, noting that dead animals often appear grotesque and unrecognizable after spending time in salt water. The beak-like protrusion, they explained, was probably exposed bone and cartilage after soft tissue had decomposed. But the official explanations couldn't explain away all the details. Raccoons don't have webbed feet. The creature's size was wrong for most common animals found in the area. And why had the carcass disappeared so quickly? Local residents reported strange occurrences in the weeks following the discovery. Unusual sounds coming from the ocean at night, dead fish washing ashore in unprecedented numbers, and several witnesses claimed to see additional creatures moving in the water just offshore. Whatever the truth about the Montauk Monster, it left behind more questions than answers. Montana's Redgate area has earned a reputation as one of America's most active UFO hotspots. Local ranchers regularly report strange lights in the sky, unexplained cattle deaths, and electronic equipment failures. But in September 2018, hunter Don Bromley captured something that took the mystery to an entirely new level. Bromley had set up trail cameras throughout his property to monitor deer movement during hunting season. When he checked the SD cards after a week in the field, most contained typical wildlife footage: deer, elk, the occasional black bear, but one image from a camera positioned deep in the wilderness showed something that defied explanation. The photo, taken at 2:43 a.m., shows a pale gray humanoid figure standing perfectly still among the trees. The creature appears to be completely hairless, with an oversized head and large, dark eyes that seem to reflect the camera's infrared flash. Bromley shared the image on social media, and within hours, paranormal investigators were contacting him. The photo was analyzed by multiple experts, and while some claimed it was a hoax, others found details that supported its authenticity. The imagement has received hundreds of reports over the years: sightings of strange aircraft, encounters with unusual beings, and electronic devices mysteriously failing. The night the photo was taken, Bromley's other trail cameras within a mile radius all malfunctioned simultaneously. Their batteries were drained despite being nearly full when installed. More disturbing, the specific camera that captured the figure died completely after taking that single photograph, despite having weeks of battery life remaining. Bromley agreed to be interviewed for several paranormal podcasts, always maintaining his story's consistency. He described finding no footprints or other physical evidence around the camera's location. The terrain is extremely remote, accessible only by ATV, making it unlikely that a person could have reached the spot without leaving traces. The most chilling detail came months later. Other residents in the Redgate area began reporting similar encounters. Brief glimpses of pale figures moving through the forest, always at night, always disappearing before they could be properly observed. Whatever Don Bromley's camera captured that September night, it seems it wasn't alone.